Hey everyone, welcome to the Morning Grind podcast. I'm your host, Stevietpfl. It's Wednesday, it's April 23rd. It is 2025. Going to talk about the 8-game late slate on today's podcast. Debated on doing the early slate, but I figured, hey, more games. Let's talk about the late slate instead of the early slate. Plus, I am hanging out with the Roto Grinders crew for the early slate over there on crunch time. So I'll give my thoughts on the early slate on that show. What's up, chat? Hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday night. Hopefully you picked better pitchers than I did. I only have a couple Bubich Ober teams, and I think that's the combo you kind of want here early, unless I'm missing something and I didn't notice something. But a lot of Sanchez, a lot of Bassett, bad days. Sanchez got hurt. Can't really predict that. Bassett he was Chris Bassett, and it just wasn't a great start. So hopefully everyone is having a good one. We have a lot to talk about here. We got 8 games. It's a really interesting slate at first look. I really thought we would see a 9-game slate with them adding the 10-game slate. Sorry, with them adding the Red Sox, Mariners, Baltimore, Washington, but Yeezy he's standing by his Patrick Corbin is going to be optimal. So hey, Yeezy, I hope for my sake on what I'm looking at for my live teams, you're really wrong. But hey, he probably has a good chance to outscore Chris Bassett. So there's that. What's up, chat? DJ, Dave, Derek, Yeezy. Jason B says, good evening, Steve. You've been a listener since the beginning and finally able to catch you live. Appreciate the content. Hey, Jason, I appreciate you as well. Thanks for being here. Let's talk some baseball. We have 8 games. I need my fan remote, and I don't see it. Gosh. I have too much stuff on my desk. Oh, there's my fan remote. All right, I'm good now. All right. 8 games. I have my fan remote. For some reason, it's so much hotter when I'm sitting at my computer sometimes. Dodgers, Cubs, 9 total, pick'em game. Wrigley, always got to head on over there and check the weather on Wrigley. Let's see what we got here night before. April 23rd. Looks like very minimal winds, so I don't think the winds are really going to matter in this one. So let's talk about these pitchers. We got Boyd and Sawyer facing off against each other. Matt Sawyer. It sounds like he's going to get called back up for this one. I don't think he's with the big league club right now. So it looks like a spot start for him. And I mean, I don't expect much. I don't expect him to pitch deep here. From what we saw of him last year, he's a below average strikeout pitcher. I think it's going to be a tough spot for him, even if he does pitch deep. But I have zero interest in him. No interest at all. Matthew Boyd on the other side. We should see a very similar lineup for the Dodgers. They're facing back-to-back lefties here. Pretty normal lineup against the lefty on Tuesday night. Boyd, I mean, he hasn't been awful to start the season, right? Like, he's been okay. He's been serviceable a couple times. He's already faced the Dodgers. Hate that. Tough like start to the season for Boyd. He got the Padres twice, and he's going to have the Dodgers twice. His strikeout rate's down this year, 21%. He's done a great job limiting power. His ISO is only 48, so that's always really good to see. He's been kind of lucky on the lucky side, especially against righties. Below average strikeout pitcher. Really tough spot against the Dodgers. Really tough spot against a team that, I mean, basically just saw him. So no real interest here. For me, when it comes to Boyd. Let's talk about bats. I do have some interest in the bats in this game. Starting with the Dodgers, Boyd, when he has struggled in the past, is typically right-handed power. So Teoscar, who's been awesome against right-handed pitching to start the season. Edman is someone I like here. I think he hit a home run on Tuesday night. My volleyball team practices on Tuesday night, so I'm coaching on Tuesday night. So I haven't like fully caught up on Tuesday's nights. Stuff, but I do think I remember seeing him. I'm pretty sure he hit a home run. So, all right. Dodgers righties really like Teoscar, Edman, Smith. They've been really good against lefties. It's basically the same three names that I said yesterday. Derek said Edman and Smith both home. There you go. I mean, we love to see that. That's the guys we would have played. Dustin May, I knew Dustin May wasn't going to get the job done. That game right now has 17 runs. Oh, Dodgers, Cubs. If you game stack that game, you probably like where you're at right now. I have a couple Cubs stacks, but I don't know if I have any Dodger stacks. Shame on me. All right. Cubs bats in this spot. I like them a lot. I mean, this looks like it's going to be like a bullpen type of game. They have a couple lefties in the bullpen, but not a ton of lefties. Happ, Tucker, Suzuki, Bush. PCA continues to hit. So, I mean, this is a game that right off the bat, like I'm going to play a lot of bats in this game, and feel really good about it. So Toronto at Houston is where we go next. 8.5 total. Francis and Gusto, kind of a pick'em game, slight favorite to the Blue Jays. If you game stack Dodgers, Cubs, you're sick or sharp. Like I will say that I really like the Cubs today on Tuesday because I said it on the podcast last night. I'm not a believer in Dustin May and Shota. He has been struggling with his strikeouts, so I don't think the Dodgers were crazy. I didn't play any Dodgers, so you're sharper than me if you play Dodgers. We'll start here with Bowden Francis. Like, dare we try one more time this week? Another right-handed pitcher that is above average against righties and struggles with lefties, facing a right-handed heavy offense. They continue to hit 8 right-handed hitters against these pitchers. They're a low strikeout team. Dare we try again? I mean, I'm going to. I like Payne. I mean, I played Bassett. I played Gausman. If I tried it with those two, I feel like I have to try it here with Francis. So I'll roll the dice a little bit. He's 7,800. I like the price point for him. Well, I did not realize the Royals in this game went to extra innings. All right. I might get another at bat from Pascantino. I need Pascantino. Bowden Francis, I'm gonna roll the dice. Like I said, he's really good against righties. Last year, he was really good against righties, struggled with lefties. This year, he's been awesome against righties, and he struggled with lefties. He has a ton of upside. This lineup's so right-handed heavy. They are hitting better. It's about time. We knew it was going to happen. We knew the Astros were going to get going eventually. But I think Bowden Francis, like Bassett, like Gausman, has the split advantage here. We'll see if it works out or if it fails again for the third straight day. Gusto, on the other side, we've seen him a little bit now. He has good stuff, especially against righties. We've seen him kind of get stretched out. I don't know if we like fully get stretched out. Here, like, he has a little bit of strikeout upside. I don't think he'll go deep enough in the game. This is a very low strikeout team. So my initial reaction is no on Ryan Gusto. Low strikeouts, really worry about the pitch count. They don't seem like they're going to really kind of extend him. So I think I'll pass on Gusto. As far as the bats here for Toronto, I expect Santander to be back in the lineup. I know he was out of lineup on Tuesday night, but it sounded like it was just a day off. I mean, he might need it. So looking at the Toronto bats, Vlad, Santander, Jimenez, Rodin's cheap. That's probably it for me. I'm not going too crazy. I definitely prefer left-handed power bats against Gusto from what we've seen so far. So I'll make a note on here to look at the Toronto lefties in this spot. As far as Houston is concerned, I think it's a stack or fade spot. I don't think this is a team that I'd play a ton of. Again, I'm going to play more Francis than I am going to play Houston, but I think if you're playing Houston, it's a stack or fade. Chicago at Minnesota. 8.5 total in this game. The Twins are a 240 favorite. We have Wilson and Festa facing off against each other here. Bryce Wilson opening. Don't know really how deep. They did say that he could handle a lot of the bulk innings. Here we go again. We'll talk about the bats again. I'm going to go down with this ship again, I guess. I'm not playing Bryce Wilson. He's not good. He is a well below average strikeout pitcher. Struggles with both sides of the plate. Not stretched out at all. I wouldn't even remotely think twice about playing him. So, Festa, I think he's a fine option. I assume that he'll get 8 to 12 more pitches in this start if he's pitching well. They've quickly yanked him both times he's been out there. Pitch count. But against the White Sox, this lineup's not the greatest. There's a lot of strikeout upside in this lineup. I could see him being really close to what Ober did. He's a lot more expensive than Bailey Ober. But if he can, not get in trouble in the last inning he pitches, I think that he has some upside here. So I like Festa. Hate the price tag, but I like Festa. As far as the White Sox bats go, nothing really jumping off the page to me here. Again, they just strike out a ton. Benintendi looks really good at the plate to start the season. So I think if I was going to play anybody, it'd probably be him. Minnesota, like I said, here we go again. I'm going right back to the well. Minnesota is one of my highest owned stacks on Tuesday. It did not work out. You have to have a short memory when it comes to DFS baseball. We talk about it all the time. So just quickly, sorry, I got distracted. Picking on Wilson, like I said, he really struggled with lefties last year. He wasn't great against righties either. So, Julian Larnach hit a home run. That was good to see him finally get a home run. But Buxton, you have a low strikeout pitcher like this. That's a bump to Buxton. So I don't mind the twin stack. It's such a painful lineup. It's not a good lineup at all. It's so brutal. All right, we got Rockies, Royals, 8.5 total here. Royals, a 205 favorite. Marquez against Lorenzen. We'll start with Marquez. There was a time that I probably would have played Herman Marquez, but that was a few years ago. His stuff has gotten so bad. Let's just call it how it is. I at one point, like I said, I thought he was a really solid pitcher. Would play him a ton outside of Coors, but strikeout rate's way down. His WOBA's way up. Just really can't get left-handed power bats out. Struggles with righties. 55% hard hits this year. Yeah, no interest whatsoever in him. Other side of this game, we have Michael Lorenzen, below average strikeout pitcher, 7,300, draws an excellent matchup against the Rockies. What are we okay with from Lorenzen? 15? Can Lorenzen get us 15 on this slate? Maybe. I think when looking at the slate as a whole, I feel like against this offense, you probably take a shot on him. He's done a really good job of limiting power to start the season. His ISO is 125. Struggles a little bit more with righties, but this lineup is just not great. I really think we're looking for 15 points from Lorenzen. And I think we'd be happy with 15 points from Lorenzen at this price point on this slate. So this range of pitchers in this range isn't great. So I think you just play the matchup game and play a little bit of Lorenzen against this bad Rockies offense. I mean, I talked about Francis in this range. Yeah, I mean, I think you take some shots. There are a couple pitchers that you could pay up for in the slate that we'll talk about as we get there. But I think Lorenzen is okay. If you're not playing Lorenzen, if you are looking at the bats for the Rockies, they strike out a ton. Bouchard's cheap, should hit leadoff. McMahon is a major league hitter. He just hasn't showed up to the 2025 season yet. Moniak is always someone I like. I wish they hit him up in top of the lineup. Those would be the bats that I'm looking at. That's the bats that I'd be looking at here. Kansas City, I'm going right back to the well. Again, they were a team that kind of disappointed on Tuesday night. As of right now, I mean, it would take a lot for this team to get there where they started the day. Simpson's on first for Tampa. Does he get a steal? Let's see if he gets to second here. So I like Witt, Pasquantino, India, Perez, Massey. He did steal second, by the way. I think those are the bats you're looking at. Man, the bottom half of the lineup is kind of bad. They're cheap if you're stacking them. I think you could potentially look. I know, did Drew Waters have a good day? I know one of the cheap bats had a good day. I forget who it was. It looks like, yeah, Drew Waters had 3 hits and a home run and a triple on Tuesday night. So he might have used his hits for the week. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Simpson with my Dodgers. There you go. You like to see the stolen base, single stolen base. It's always good. Pittsburgh at LA, taking on the Angels. 8.5 total here. Kolonovich against Heaney. Angels are 148 favorites. Andrew Heaney, I think I might take some shots. I talked about this on the podcast yesterday about how bad the Angels have been against left-handed pitching to start the season. It is very odd because they're so right-handed heavy. But I did a deep dive, like more of a deep dive before the slate as I was working on some stuff. And they're really bad. They're bottom 5 in WRC plus. They are middle of the road in ISO. They've only hit 3 home runs off of left-handed pitching this season, which isn't great. And their WOBA is bottom 5. So you think like this lineup is so good. I mean, they have so much potential against left-handed pitching, and you're like, you're watching a guy like Bailey falter through 2, just kind of dominating. I mean, what does he have? 3 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. 1 game sample size, but now, I mean, we're getting larger and larger, and they're struggling more and more here against left-handed pitching. So I am very concerned about that. I think I'd take some tournament shots on Heaney. We know that his command and control can be a huge problem, but I mean, he has strikeout upside. He's always had strikeout ability. His walks have been down a little bit this season, which is good. His walk rate's down a little bit. I think I'd take some shots. I will talk about stacking the Angels as well. I think this is one of those hedge spots. I think this is one of those spots you potentially take some shots on Heaney in tournaments, and you potentially stack on the other side. Kolonovich on the other side. I mean, he's yet to pitch like deep into a game. So, I mean, that's a little concerning. The matchup's not bad, but his strikeout rate is just so minimal. He's giving up home runs. I just don't see any upside here with him. I don't mind Pittsburgh in this spot. I don't think I would full stack them, but I don't mind them. Obviously, O'Neal Cruz would be my favorite bat here for Pittsburgh. Valdez is 3,300. He's shown a little bit of pop. I don't mind that. He has a 270 ISO and 50 at bats this year, so I like that upside. Reynolds has been slow to start the season, but I mean, Kvanovich is giving up a ton of hard hits. He's not missing any bats. His whiff rate's under 14%, which is well below league average. That's probably bottom 5%. I haven't even looked, but I'm sure it's close. Barrel rate's high. I think like Pittsburgh's one of those teams that are really cheap. You could secondary stack them with like a top end stack, get good pitching, and feel really good about the stack. So I definitely think this is a spot we could take some shots on Pittsburgh bats. As far as the Angels, like I said, I think it's a hedge spot. We don't expect them to be this bad all year against left-handed pitching. Heaney can get wild at times. Throughout his career, he's been worse against righties than he has against lefties. He does give up a lot of hard contact to righties. He has good strikeout stuff. He has the ability to get strikeouts. So I think it's a stack or fade spot for the Angels. And I'm leaning more shots on Heaney than Angels, but I'll have some Angels today for sure. Tampa Bay at Arizona, taking on the Diamondbacks. 9 total in this game. Diamondbacks a 148 favorite. Bradley and Rodriguez facing off against each other in this one. We'll start here with Bradley. I mean, his strikeout rate very similar to what we saw last year. He has some strikeout upside. Sign-up is really, really solid. They haven't struck out a ton to start the season. Pavin Smith, Corbin Carroll, and then Suarez, like there's where you get your strikeouts. But coming in to this game, they've been one of the better teams against right-handed pitching all year. So ballpark is definitely more hitter friendly. Arizona leads the league in WOBA. They're 4th in WRC plus against right-handed pitching, and they're 1st in ISO. So, and their strikeout rate is mid. They're 15th in strikeout rate against righties. So I think Taj Bradley is a guy that I'll definitely take shots on a bunch this year. I don't think this is a spot I would play a lot of him if I'm playing him at all. Well, Royals did not get a run in, so we got more baseball in Kansas City. Yeah. Rodriguez side, I definitely prefer left-handed pitching against Tampa. I think that a lot of their above-average hitters in this lineup are left-handed. They're going to be able to get some of these lefties out of the lineup. They're not going to be able to get all of the lefties out of the lineup. Diaz is really good against left-handed pitching. Caballero is really solid against left-handed pitching. But the rest of this lineup, I mean, there's some upside facing this team with a lefty. So I think Erod is in play today for tournaments. Want to see, I definitely prefer him if they leave a lot of lefties in there. But his strikeout stuff has been really solid to start the season. I will say I expect it to go down. His whiff rate and swinging strike rate does not support his strikeout rate. I think a matchup with Washington and a matchup with Miami kind of helps that. So I think Erod playable for sure. It's a kind of weak pitching slate. It's not like we have lock and load options. As far as the Tampa bats, it's the two guys that I said. It's Diaz and Caballero. The one thing that I will say that worries me anytime that Tampa faces a lefty is they will pinch hit. So I'm not a team that I love stacking against left-handed pitching unless it's just a really bad lefty. So I always worry about that. On the Arizona side, I think Arizona could potentially be a sneaky stack today. Taj Bradley, I think Taj Bradley is a really solid pitcher. I wouldn't typically stack against him. I think you're just kind of playing Arizona at low ownership with the upside they've presented to start the season. I mean, Carroll's been great. Naylor's been really good. Pavin Smith has been really good. Perdomo, we talked about him yesterday. He's been really solid. So I think Arizona has upside against any right-handed pitcher right now, and I don't think they'll have a ton of ownership, which makes me like them a little bit more. Milwaukee at San Francisco. 6.5 total in this game. Giants a 142 favorite. Peralta, Webb, two. I mean, this is the two pitchers that talent-wise you're definitely liking on this slate. So we'll start here with Freddie Peralta. Obviously, like Peralta a lot here. One of the better strikeout pitchers in baseball. Definitely one of the better strikeout pitchers on this slate in general. So I think Peralta, really good option here. He's kind of just picked off where he left off last year. Consistently striking out hitters, over 20 DraftKings points in 4 out of 5 starts this year. Struggled against Arizona. That was really the only game that he struggled, and we just got done reading Arizona's numbers against right-handed pitching this season. So I think this is a great spot for him just in general. San Francisco, a team that I like. I think that San Francisco is not a bad team by any means, but I prefer Peralta in this matchup. And Logan Webb, other side. I mean, not a team that I typically pick on. Everyone knows that I like the Brewers. Logan Webb, he's been dealing. His strikeout rate is up this year. His whiff rate is up. His swinging strike rate is up. He's had a really, really strong start to the season, and some of that is a little bit matchup based. But he's shown a lot of upside. He's shown a lot of strikeout upside. He's been pitching fantastic. He's touched over 100 pitches twice, and he's gone over 97 in 4 straight. It's not the greatest matchup in the world, but good ballpark. I think this is a pitcher's duel type of game. I want to play both of these guys. I want to play Peralta and Webb today. Milwaukee bats, I don't really love anything. Yelich, Contreras, Frelick are all like big ground ball hitters. You really want to target them more against fly ball pitchers, and Webb's a ground ball guy. They don't really have like a true fly ball hitter. That's why I like Logan Webb in this spot. I can see him staying out of trouble. As far as San Francisco goes, Freddie Peralta is always that guy that can give up 1 or 2 home runs. So targeting a power bat, I would prefer like a Chapman, Jung-Ho Lee, Wilmer Flores type plays, Ramos, but I'm not playing a lot of bats, if any bats from this game. What is my favorite circle flavor? The one that I'm actually have right now, it's Star Blast. This is my go-to. Like when I go to the store, I put an order in. I usually get like 3 to 5 of these. It's by far my favorite one. All right, we finish out this slate. I feel like we got through this one pretty quick. I feel like this is one of those like really good slates or really bad slates for me, because anytime I come on and I really know what I want, and really, this is usually really good or really bad. Texas at Athletics, 9.5 total in this game. Pick'em game. We got Sears and Rocker facing off against each other here. Rocker first? Yeah. I got backwards. There for a sec. I'm sorry. Kamara Rocker. We've seen him a little bit last year. He had a little bit above average strikeout stuff. We didn't see a lot of him last year. And then this year, he really hasn't pitched deep into a game. Had a really good outing last time out. Had 8 strikeouts against the Angels. But outside of that, he really hasn't had a dominant strikeout. And his swinging strike rate against righties is really solid. But a lot to be lacked against lefties. He's really struggled with lefties. I think they have enough lefties in this lineup to give him trouble. I'm probably going to stay away. I will say, if for some reason they go very right-handed heavy in this lineup, I would potentially have some interest, but probably not getting to Rocker today. Other side, JP Sears, we know what we're expecting here. Really good against lefties, struggles against righties. This lineup should be really right-handed. I can't do it. I definitely prefer left-handed pitching against Texas, but I don't think I can pull the trigger. I would understand why you would take some shots on him, but I can't do it. Oh, Pavin Smith just hit a home run. for anybody that has some Angel or some Diamondback stacks out there. The Cubs just keep going. This game Kyle Tucker just hit a home run. This game just 10-9 in the bottom of the eighth. I mean, the Cubs are that team this year. I think, was it Yeezy that said it in chat? Couldn't agree more. The Cubs are our Brewers this year. I wish that my Cubs stack today had better pitching on it. Don't we all, though, right? Don't we all wish that? Anyway. All right. Bats in this game, the Texas Bats against Sears. Obviously, really like Wyatt Langford here. Jake Berger. Always like Jake Berger against left-handed pitching. I don't mind Seager lefty-lefty. I hope Heim catches. I like Heim against left-handed pitchers, so I hope he's in there. Garcia just continues to struggle against left-handed pitching, so don't necessarily love him here. I like the righties. I'm definitely going to play Bats in this game. I'm going to play Texas. I like the athletic side a lot here against Rocker. We should get Kurtz. Nick Kurtz got called up on Tuesday. We should get Kurtz. The only problem with Kurtz is you have to pick him or Soderstrom. That stinks. Eventually, I think Soderstrom will get some outfield eligibility. They talked about him playing some left field. So I like Kurtz here. I mean, one of the top prospects. He's top 50 in baseball. I'm pretty sure he's first in the athletics. Vinny gets walked because the guy throws a pass ball. What are we doing? That's tilting. All right. But yeah, I mean, I like the athletics a lot today. I think this is a fantastic spot for them. Rocker, like I said, he really hasn't shown a ton of strikeout ability this season. So, I mean, Butler, Rucker, Soderstrom, Bengaliers, Blade. Like I said, the only thing that stinks is you have to choose between Kirks and Soderstrom. I like both of them a lot. I like the price on Kurtz. I wish he was a little bit cheaper, but big pop, lot of power. Just FanDuel. Hey, FanDuel. Play both of them. Right? I mean, yeah, because you get a utility spot. Athletics. Somebody just hit a home run from the Athletics. I just saw it pop up. So it looks like FanDuel did the 6:45 game. So I'm sorry I didn't talk about those. I haven't done any research on those games, so I don't like doing it. On FanDuel, you can play both of them for what it's worth. Kirk's he's 2,400 on FanDuel. So you can play both of them. I like the upside of playing both of them on FanDuel. Doesn't look like the pitchers are good in the Baltimore, Washington, Seattle games. Hancock, Williams, Newcomb. Yeah, I mean, I think those are games you're going to potentially look at bats. Sorry, I did not realize. When I was looking earlier, FanDuel's slate wasn't up yet. All right, let's play the morning grind game here. If you haven't already, hit subscribe over there on the Morning Grind YouTube, especially if you're only a podcast listener. Go over there and just hit subscribe. Help us out. We're trying to grow the channel. I'd love to get over 2,000 subscribers by the end of May. So 2 months, month and a half. That's only 200 more. So if you're a podcast listener, head on over to the Morning Grind YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Help me out. I say help us out. I'm so used to saying that. It's me. This podcast is me. It's just me. All right. Morning Grind game under 8K to get 6 or more strikeouts. I'll go Francis. Over 8K to score under 15. My bust today. Excuse me. Bradley. Over 4K to hit a home run. I think we have a lot of options today. I'm going to go to that Cubs game. Give me Michael Busch to hit a home run. Under 4K to get 10 plus points. Oh, man, there is some potential down here for sure. I mean, Major League debut. Give me Nick Kurtz to get 10 or more in his Major League debut. Stack to score 6 or more runs. I like a lot of stacks today for my notes here. I'm going Cubbies against the Dodgers to score 10 or more. Let me pull up Prize Picks real quick. My Prize Picks is frozen. Hold on. Let me pull up Prize Picks and see if we can get a Prize Picks play going. Forget what we did yesterday. We had Bubic over 5 or more than 5.5, right? So that was a good start because I think he got 6. And then I know we had Rooker and Seager, right? Fantasy score. So we'll see how that one ends up going. I know the one that I ran, like my main one that I ran, had Bassett. So, all right, looking at what they have available here. Let's see if we can make a little play, 3-pick play for. Doesn't look like there's anything up yet. So we're out of that one. Let's get me a sponsor. Hey, listen, if anybody wants to sponsor the podcast, hit me up. I'm open to having a sponsor for sure. I don't have a 3-pick parlay. I don't have a Prize Picks play. I'm sorry. I've been relying on those Prize Pick ones to get going. I will say I'll give out a bet here instead of a 3-pick parlay because I do like this one. It is the Brewers and Giants first 5 total runs under 3.5. So that's a bet that I like here for Wednesday. Don't have a 3-pick parlay, but I like under 3.5 first 5 inning runs minus 115 on the Hard Rock. I am in Florida. That is my option. I hope everyone has a fantastic Wednesday. We're back, or I am back. I keep saying I'm so used to saying it. I am back on Friday. Enjoy your Thursday. It's a split slate. Not going to do a podcast on Thursday. Going to take a day off. And I've had a lot of success like taking Thursdays off, and it like lets me kind of reset for Fridays and NASCAR heading into the weekend. So I'll do that on Thursday. I'll be back Friday breaking down the slate. Have a good one, and I'll see you then.